is talking about.
What's up, family? A South Carolina man was sentenced to serve 10 years behind prison walls to stew on his racially motivated murder attempt gone wrong. 26-year-old Brandon Corey LaCroix was sentenced to a decade in jail on Thursday following his arrest last year for contacting a local branch of the Ku Klux Klan and inquiring about hiring a hitman to lynch his black neighbor, according to the state. An agent for a domestic terrorism task force posed as a hitman and contacted LaCroix, informing him that he could get the job done for $500. LaCroix then sent him photos of his neighbor, described as FJ, and made it clear that he wanted to hang his neighbor from a tree and place a flaming cross in the man's yard. He also requested an untraceable gun and noted that he had others he wanted to dispose of once the job was done. When LaCroix and the agent met, he handed over $100 as a down payment and was immediately arrested. He was indicted on charges of solicitation to commit a crime of violence and use of interstate commerce facilities in the commission of a murder for hire. During the sentencing last week, LaCroix's court-appointed lawyer argued for leniency, saying that he was simply trying to put an end to a trespassing neighbor who was constantly inciting violence. His attorney, Erica Soderdahl, said this. Y'all gonna love this. Brandon called the KKK because who else was he going to call? It had nothing to do with the color of his skin. Prosecutors, however, vehemently disagreed, and they presented receipts in the form of a secretly recorded phone call which revealed LaCroix's racist rhetoric and ideology. So he's out of here. Brandon called the KKK because who else was he going to call? What a hell of a defense. So I guess it would have made it better if he would have just called another one of his buddies. And I guess they're saying if he hadn't called the KKK, it would not be racially motivated. It wouldn't be a hate crime. Absolutely amazing. Oh, man. What a defense. She should be fired. She should have been fired immediately when she opened her mouth. When she fixed her mouth to say that, she should have been fired. You know, it's one thing to think these things, to have these thoughts about hurting people because you just don't like the idea that their music is loud, or you just don't like your neighbor. But to cross that line and put a hit on your neighbor, man. It's a good thing they caught that fool before he was able to spin that situation into a dispute between two neighbors that went awry. And he ended up killing dude and then trying to make it seem like he was being bullied. People got to really get out and really know their people, the people that's around them. You never know who's in that house. Remember that case where the dude was walking by the house and he saw a girl, the white girl, running out of the house, and he was like, that dude said in the news interview, he said, and I saw that white girl come out that house, and I was like, ooh, what that white girl doing around here? So he was suspicious, and he said he walked by that house all the time, and he never knew that that guy was actually holding those girls in that house against his will, against their will. Crazy. You got to know your neighbors. Most of us don't know our neighbors, and we don't really want to know our neighbors, and our neighbors don't want to know us. Hence why you have so much crime and chaos in our communities, because we don't look out for each other. That's the bottom line. But Check out the IQ of this guy. Check out the IQ of this fool contacting someone from the task force to put a hit out on his neighbor. He said he didn't want to just put a hit on his neighbor. He was really trying to terrorize the other neighbors, send out a message. Let's hang him, burn a cross. See, that was beyond just vengeance against his neighbor. He was trying to terrorize other people in the community as well. But hey, good thing his dirty ass is off the streets, man. One down, 100 million to go. No more talk.
What them haters talking about?
Damn.